Today we'll be discussing the print function. Now, any function is a part of your program that is used to complete a single task independent of the working of the other code. Let's first understand how a function works. First and foremost, for a function to do some task, it needs to be called. No function can work unless it is called. For any function to work, it may or may not need data to work on. This data, if required by the function, is supplied in the form of arguments at the time of a method call. For example, a function to find the square of a number needs to be supplied the number to be squared. Similarly, a function might need some data to work with. After a function is done with the execution, that is, once a function is done working on that data, the function returns a value to indicate the completion of a task. Taking the example of a square, you gave the number, the function calculated the square, hence the task, and then returns the square of the number. So now, but it is not necessary that every task produces a result. If a function does not produce a result, the function returns a special type of data called none that indicates that there is no result of the task. Now let's see this in the context of the print function. Now print function takes arguments and prints them to the console. Arguments provide any function with input data that the function uses. When a call to print is made, it prints the arguments to the console. Now let's see with the PowerShell. So I'll open up the Python REPL. Now here what I'll do is call the print method. We have used the print method before as well, and say hello world. Now what this will do is print out. Now this is the input data that you're giving into the print function. This whole is a method call which includes the method name and then parentheses, and inside those parentheses you will be giving arguments. So you run this method call, and what it does is that it prints that argument to the console. Now we have two kinds of arguments. Okay, so the first kind of argument that the print function takes is the positional arguments. Now these positional arguments can be multiple arguments like hi. Then I say my name is Kirsch. Now see what happens. It prints out every argument. Hi, my name is Utkarsh. But notice one thing, that I did not give. Yeah, we'll come back to that later. Yeah, first thing to notice is that the order in which these arguments are given is the order in which these arguments are printed. Hi is before my, so that's why it's printed first. Hi, my name is Utkarsh. So as you can see that in this case, the position of these arguments give them their speciality, give them uh, what uh, what tells the print function which one to print first. So if this is first, then this is printed first. If this is second, this is printed second. So the position of these arguments tell the function what the assignment of these arguments is going to be. So these are known as positional arguments. So let's go back here. These are arguments which depend on their position while the calling time to determine their assignment inside the function. So now the other kind of arguments are the keyword arguments. Now these are the arguments which use a keyword to assign a value to specific arguments in a method call. The order of these arguments does not matter. Now let's discuss two of these arguments, end and sep. Sep stands for separator, which is used to format the string output. So now let's see. So these, yeah, now the thing to notice is that in between these arguments I have never given a space, but what it's printing is a space in between all of these arguments. So that is the separator that is used by Python by default. Okay, so let's change that separator. So I'll just use the up arrow to go to my previous call. So I'll say sep equals to, and then the value of the separator that I want to give. So now what is this? This is another argument, but it is using a keyword to you, and then it is assigning the value to that specific keyword. So now I run it. Now let's use hyphen so that we can see the difference. Now I use it. See, in between all of them, now there isn't a space, there is a hyphen. Similarly, I will change this to an underscore. See, it changed. I can change it to a slash. Yeah, the problem is this backslash is used for escape sequences. So what it did was told the compiler that this in double quotation mark is actually just a character and not the delimiter for the method. So we'll go to escape sequences later on. Let's see the other slash. Now it's printed with the other slash. So you can use this for, let's say, path names as well. Yeah. So now that we've seen separator, let's see the other keyword argument end. Now end, what it does is tells what the string needs to end with. Let's say I want to end it with a full stop. So I'll just put a dot here. Now notice another thing, that every time I was printing this, everything was getting printed and my REPL was coming on the next line. So what was happening is that by default end was getting another new line. So now if I want to do that, now I'll use an escape sequence. This tells the interpreter that this is a special character with a backslash. Backslash n is a special character designating the new line. So what will happen when I'll run this? It prints it out, prints the dot as well, and then it gets to the new line. Okay, so this was all about the print function. Let's discuss one more thing, what the print function result is. So what we are going to do is pass the result of the print function to another print function. So see what I'm doing here. I'm calling the print function to print out hi, and then the result of this print function's method call I'm passing as an argument to another print function. So see, it prints out hi and then it prints out none. So none is the type that a function returns when it does not return anything. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? None represents nothing. So now if I want to check out the type of none, I'll call the built-in method type and then pass none into it. So we see that it is a special type called none type. None has its own type, none type. We'll find out more about this later on. Now to exit the REPL, I'll just use the exit method. This is another built-in method. So I exit it. So that was all about the print function. I'll see you next time.